The morning is full of storm in the heart of summer. The clouds travel like white handkerchief of goodbyes. The wind traveling, waving them in its hand. The numberless heart of the wind beating above our loving silence. Orchestral and divine, resounding among the trees like a language full of wars and songs. Wind that bears off the dead leaves with a quick raid and deflects the pulsing arrows of the birds. Wind that topples her in a wave without spray and the substance without weight and leaning fires. Her mass of kisses breaks and sinks, assailed in the door of summer's wind. The Morning is Full by Pablo Neruda. It is a quintessential example of his style of writing, using nature as a mirror of human emotions. The poem's imagery of a stormy summer morning, with clouds as a white handkerchief of goodbyes and the wind as a dynamic, almost personified force, reflects the volatility of love, its beauty, its chaos, and its potential for both creation and destruction. In today's fast-paced and digitally saturated world, The Morning is Full pulses with the relevance that bridges his era to our own. The storm in the heart of summer mirrors the emotional turbulence of modern relationships, where love navigates the chaos of virtual connections, fleeting encounters, and constant change. The white handkerchief of goodbye resonate with the transient nature of today's love, where farewells are whispered through screens and the wind's numberless heart beating above loving silence speaks to the quiet intimacy sought amidst social media noise. The poem's renewal imagery, sweeping away dead leaves, parallels efforts to address the climate change, while the leading fires and mass of kisses reflects passion's intensity in an age shaped by movements for equality and consent. According to the ecofeminist perspective, the feminine wind and its mass of kisses breaking under the storm can be seen as a critique of patriarchal domination over the nature and women. Contemporary ecofeminists might view the wind's renewal, clearing dead leaves, as a call to empower women and environment, aligning with the climate justice movements where gender and ecological equity intertwine. In post-colonial lens, Neruda's Chilean roots and the poem's natural imagery invite a post-colonial reading. The language, full of wars and songs, could symbolize the resilience of indigenous voices against colonial legacies, resonating with today's global push to reclaim cultural narratives. The digital age reimagination of the numberless heart of wind beating over silence might reflect the omnipresent digital pulse of social media's endless chatter, contrasted with the need for authentic connection. Some interpret the handkerchiefs of goodbyes as virtual farewells in the world of transient online relationships, urging a return to tangible intimacy. The psychological angle of the poem, Storms, the renewal, could symbolize inner transformation. Today's therapists might use the poem to explore mental health journeys, letting go of dead leaves and embracing leaning fires, that is, new passions, reflecting the growing focus on mindfulness and self-care in the stressed-out world. Modern, queer interpretation might see her mass of kisses as a celebration of fluid identities and love beyond binaries, aligning with the evolving acceptance of diverse sexual orientation and gender expressions. This poem is a tempestuous voyage through the soul of poetry, where the winds of desire howl with secrets older than the hills, where love and nature collide in a storm of eternal wonder. The poem opens with a vivid image of a stormy summer dawn. Clouds drift like farewell tokens, carried and waved by the wind, suggesting a poignant departure or the transient nature of emotions. The wind's boundless energy pulses over a quiet, shared intimacy, representing the unspoken connections. the wind's sound become a majestic symphony, echoing through the trees with a blend of conflict and harmony, reflecting life's duality. The wind clears away the old with swift precision, altering the bird's flight, symbolizing renewal and redirection. The wind overwhelms a feminine presence with a weightless fury wave, hinting at passion's intangible yet intense power. A flood of affectionate kisses collapses under the wind's assault, bursting through the summer's threshold in a climatic release of emotions. Pablo Neruda was a Chilean poet. He adopted the pen name inspired by a poet named Jan Neruda to avoid conflict with his father, who disapproved of his literary pursuits. Neruda's work spans a wide range of styles and themes, from passionate love poetry to political manifesto, surrealism, and the odes to everyday objects. He is considered as one of the most influential poets of the 20th century, earning the Nobel Prize of Literature in 1971 for poetry that, as the Nobel Committee described, with the action of an elemental force, brings alive a continent's destiny and dreams. Neruda's early life was marked by hardship. His mother died shortly after his birth, and he grew up in a modest family. His father was unsupportive of his poetic ambitions, but he found encouragement through his stepmother and teachers. He published his first collection in 1923, but it was the 20 love poems and songs of despair, written when he was just 19, that brought him widespread recognition. 20 Love Poems and a Song of Despair, which was published in 1924, is a collection that are known for their lyrical intensity, blending physical desire with existential longing. He frequently uses natural elements such as sea, wind, and trees as metaphors for emotional states, a technique evident in The Morning is Full, which is more than a verse. It is a living tempest, a tapestry of wind and flame, a siren's call that lingers in the ether. Through modern eyes, it invites us to heal our planet, embrace diverse loves, and find silence amid the digital storm. Its rhythm, a talisman against chaos. As he rightly says, I love you without knowing how or when or from where. I love you straightforwardly, without complexities or pride. So I love you because I know no other way. This brings me to the end of this beautiful poem, leaving you all with a beacon of his enduring spirit.